Well, hello, everybody. Hope you're doing well. It is chapter 33 of The Awe of God. It's got some really good stuff to say. I highlighted quite a bit of this chapter. Let's jump in. It starts off reminding us that Abraham is called a friend of God in James chapter 2. So we know that Abraham had a level of intimacy with God that he was referred to as a friend of God. And then it says the Lord turned to Abraham to discuss his intentions about what to do with Sodom and Gomorrah. You know the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. God just doesn't do his plans. He actually stops to discuss it with Abraham. In a panic, Abraham says to himself, "Think, Abraham, think. My nephew Lot is down there, so I have to intercede on his behalf as well as any other innocent people." So Abraham comes up with an idea. And he says to God, "Will you sweep away both the righteous and the wicked? Suppose there's 50 people down there." And then here's the point that really is kind of something. Can you imagine God's joy and pleasure to hear his covenant man's response? He most likely responded, "Excellent point. Okay, I'll not destroy the two cities if there's 50 righteous people. I'm so glad I talked to you, my friend Abraham." But Abraham isn't satisfied. What if there aren't 50? So he repeats the matter, reduces the number down to 45. But Abraham doesn't stop. You know the story. He kind of has this bartering conversation, if you will. And here's the point. Only a friend can talk this way to a king who has the power to execute judgment. Coming from a servant or a subject, such a petition would be disrespectful. So because we have a friendship with God, because we fear him, we have an intimacy, we have this kind of relationship with him. John Bevere puts it this way: fearing God means that we love what he loves and hate what he hates. God once spoke to me on a certain day after I reached out in love to speak healing words to someone who had been harsh with me. "Son, when you care about what I care about, people, then I will discuss my plans with you." Here's the point. Holy fear actually enables us to love more truly and more deeply, not only God, but also people. All right? So that's the cool thing. When we have a love for God, we have a love for people. Here's the interesting part. Lot, whom the Bible identifies as a righteous man in 2 Peter 2, was equally clueless about what was going to happen and to the people of Sodom and Gomorrah, no different than the ungodly people. It took 2 angels of mercy to get him and his family out. All because Abraham prayed. And here's kind of the sobering point. We have 2 righteous men, 2 saved, born-again Christian men. One righteous man knows what God is going to do before he does it and helps God decide on how he's going to do it. The other righteous man is as clueless of the impending judgment as the wicked. Why? The first righteous man fears God, therefore he's afraid of God, who in turn knows the secrets of God. The second righteous man does not fear God. Therefore, he's not a friend of God, so he does not know the secrets of God. And I think that carries over to today. Many of our Western church, the group of righteous men, women have a relationship with God that is no different than my relationship with the President of the United States. Okay, when we lack holy fear, will inevitably seek to get as close to the world as possible without falling headlong into it. However, if this is our motive, it's only a matter of time before the world draws us in. Time's running out, so there's a lot going on here. People who know God know his plans because they have a holy fear. You can be righteous and not have a holy fear and not know God's plans. And then the second point is, without a holy fear, we try to creep up to the line as close as possible in our obedience. We'll inevitably seek to get as close to the world as possible without falling into it. But It's only a matter of time before the world draws us in. So a lot going on in this chapter. Hope you caught most of it. Take care. God bless.